Okay, guys, listen. Sometimes you just got to go back to the basics. So, why not give you guys the most moist, basic vanilla cake recipe that I could give you? Listen, it goes with everything, every single frosting you can think of. So, here are your ingredients, and let's get started. We're going to start with our dry ingredients, which are 2 cups of cake flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and whisk it. With this recipe, you can sift your flour. I choose not to because it's already moist as is. Actually, I did sift it with this recipe, and you're going to see how moist it comes out. All right. Now to our wet ingredients. We're going to do 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter, 2 cups of sugar, cream it all together. You guys know about my creaming process. Make sure you take your time, put a song on, just let it play, and just cream to the best of your ability. You do not want clumps, rumps, bumps, whatever the case may be. It needs to be nice and smooth when you get finished. So here we're going to separate our eggs. Now, this is where you have to be careful. I want to show you guys what it looks like when you puncture your egg yolk. When it comes to whites, you cannot have any yellow. No yellow whatsoever. This is a no. So let's start it over, clean it up, start it over. Whenever you separate your eggs, you want to make sure there is a clear line, like a separation between church and state. You do not want any white on that yolk. You do not want any yolk in that white. So make sure you get it as defined as you possibly can. As you see here, I just get the egg yolk and just work it through my hands and just let the white come off of the yolk naturally until I cannot feel any more white. So I'm going to repeat this process 3 times because we have 3 large eggs. All right, once that's finished, just mix it all together. We're going to throw in a whole tablespoon of vanilla, and I didn't put this in, but I do a teaspoon of butter flavoring, not butter extract, butter flavoring. Now we want to alternate between our dry and wet ingredients. So you want to get the dry ingredients, just do 1/3 of the mixture. Do not overmix. At this point, when you add this flour in, if you overmix, it's going to be a tough cake. Don't want it. So do 1/3 of the mixture of the dry ingredients and half of the buttermilk. You have 1 full cup of buttermilk, so just do half at a time. Now, I want you guys to pay attention. As soon as you add those dry ingredients, you cannot overmix. You just want to incorporate it. So here, we're going to whisk up these egg whites. So just get the whisk attachment and just go to town. Keep on whisking until you pull the mix out or the whisk out, and then a little peak starts to form. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. Now, doing the process this way will add so much moisture to your cake. See, look, that's a peak right there. Will add so much moisture to your cake. At this point, put the mixer away. Just use a spatula to fold in your egg whites. Don't stir it like a bowl of grits, okay? Fold it in. Get it from the outside, push it to the inside like you're rowing a boat of some sort. Do not just sit and stir. You want to fold it all together. Now keep this in mind, the more time you fold, the more airy, more air bubbles will get into your cake. So you just want to fold it until it's gently combined and sit it aside. Okay, so funny thing about this, I like to use parchment paper with my cake rounds just because, it's easier to come out. I don't feel like dealing with it. My grandfather loves me to flour the pan. That used to be my job when I was little. Flour the pans. I'm over it. So we're going to get some parchment paper at the bottom and try to get this as even as we possibly can. So you just see me doing this here. And what I did before is sprayed a little of the baker's joy so that the parchment paper will stick to the bottom and on the side if in fact it rises higher. And we're going to stick this in the oven at 325 for about 20 to 25 minutes. Now this is what it looks like. Disclaimer, I did not realize that my oven was hotter than what I set it. That's why you need to have an oven thermometer. And I didn't realize until halfway through, so it looks a little uneven, and this is why. And I tried to tilt it to the side so you can see that there is a little dip there, but it's fine. The outsides have a little bit of crust to them. Don't care too much for that, but it happens. Look at the moisture on this cake though. I threw a little chocolate frosting on that thing, and just look at this consistency. Look at this crumb. Okay guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel. I'm gonna throw some frosting in next. Let's go.